Some people say that cinema is all about what's in the frame.
But sometimes we forget the work that goes on behind the scenes in order to make it all happen.
Film is about overcoming challenges. It's about the hardships and the grueling moments.
Play off set. And action!
They started working on this project way back in March 2018. That's 5 months before they began shooting. It all began in class, writing lots and lots of storyboards and working on concepts. The story began quite differently. It was the story of a photographer in search of the perfect shot, but it gradually morphed into something else, more about family.
在我们开拍之前，把我们人物设定到剧本之前，我们必须确保这个人物有着他本来有的人性，必须确保他的这个性格是真实的，他会在愤怒、悲伤、开心的时候做出正常人应该做的事情。
What would you normally do to react? If your dad's last dying wish was to see a mountain, your first thing that would come to your mind wouldn't be, oh, hey, let's take a picture. It would probably be more along the lines of, oh, I'm going to be really emotional, I'm going to react, and then I'm going to say, the second option is, I can take a photo for you.
The planning was meticulous. Everything was thought out in advance, every kind of detail from shots to locations to personnel.
这里好多坑啊，这里好多。
They checked out many locations before they finally settled on Mentogo area outside Beijing. It was in the mountains, it was springtime, and they'd found the perfect location. It had to be checked for a number of things: accessibility,
Weather, vegetation, color, sunset, sunrise.
我觉得这个水不管是在滴水、下雨，还是在输液，其实很多地方都可以加这个水的东西，因为比起别的元素，这个水还是算比较容易放进去的，也是比较我们容易搞到的这么一个元素。
对，像我们如果把两个小孩，就是他从那门前跑过这样子的，他们两个在玩水枪。
Even months before we started shooting, Tony and we worked together to storyboard and just to draw out and see what kind of compositions we can have in our frame. They wouldn't just be aesthetically pleasing frames and beautiful images, they would also have more meaning and depth and subtext towards them.
There was a wild search for actors and crew to try and put everything together.
I got to know Tony through Steph's shoot, and I was a producer on that one. But here, once they found out I was doing acting later, they asked me to come on board this film. And to be able to be a part of something like that again, I was really happy about.
Everything was set.
An orange alert, the second highest of China's 4-tier warning system, was issued on Wednesday as heavy rain hit Beijing.
And I remember looking at the weather report and feeling that might be an issue, but I wasn't too worried because we had a few days to shoot and everyone was on top of their game and knew that safety came first.
We took time to just practice setting everything up and all the equipment and stuff, making sure everything fits, making sure that we don't take the things that don't fit.
但其实我们这条路完全没问题。然后当时所有人都很激动，就说：“哎呀，拍摄！”最后在家等了3个小时，其实还怪可惜的。
And they just kept coming and asking me, "Are you ready? Is everything good to go?" and all that stuff. And yeah.
We had a shotgun mic on a boom pole for primary sound, and for secondary sound, for redundancy, we had 2 wireless lavalier microphones. The lavalier microphones actually caused a lot of problems in the production.
我们那天戴上耳机，真的是听不见声音。
对，我们戴上耳机就是为了听不到声音而戴的。
Do you know what we're gonna do about his tattoo that's here?
Yeah, we have to cover it.
So, should I do that? Since the character could not have a tattoo on his arm, we had to cover it with makeup.
At this point, Tony and Ethan finally said, okay, we're ready to shoot.
Well, I first approached my character through the script and trying to figure out and learn about how he grew up, where he grew up, spending his whole life in the mountains with his family, with his father, and how that might have affected his personality growing up. I remember going to the Henan villages last year before the shoot and meeting a lot of the kids, the older people there, and getting to know how they lived and what their sort of attitude towards life was.
刚见那个 Alex 的时候，就感觉这个小伙子特别热情，就是感觉跟我们之前工作过的演员都不一样。他那个热情程度，就是感觉已经快要赶上我们拍电影的了。感觉他就要是把那个导演位置抢下来，就是那种特别投入。就这种演员真的很少见，很少见。
完以后呢，你坐起来，然后妈妈就跟着一起坐起来，我们3个都坐在这儿，所以你相当于是你坐在这儿了，然后妈妈坐在这儿了，所以你先说话吧，对吧？就像你不跟他这么说，但你就是碰他一下。
导演让我们说的台词都很准确，我们排练好几次才开机。然后我的人物就是演一个非常傻的爸爸，我必须要让这个儿子觉得我是一个傻子。
Okay, hurry up. All right, we're good. Okay, all right, let's do this. Okay, so medium shot.
Is that good?
Yeah, that was really good, guys.
是哪个是一
2B.
That room was like an oven. It was so hot.
And I think what really pushed us through that day was the fact that we were really focused about shooting, so we didn't really think about the weather or how hot it was. We just wanted to get it done, and we wanted to get it well done.
Is our driver like helping the Audi come down? Is he?
We had to change locations, so that meant the entire setup of the camera had to change as well.
我觉得这个山必须特别大，至少得看起来是一个，就是一个那个样子。你去过日本没有？就是富士山，我们不会有那么夸张，但是就是那么一个感觉，就是让你感觉
比较大的一个地方，
一个大的山，然后呢一个人物在底下，然后就这么形成一个对立面。
B5A3 mark.
Camera set. Ready and action.
Action!
We had a child actor on set. I think he was 2 or 3 years old, and on one side he was really energetic, and when he was in front of the camera for the first few moments he'd give good performances, but as kids go they get easily distracted.
It was a moving shot, and there was tons of grass, so we had to keep pulling on it, and it was a lot of work.
Sometimes the actor would move a little too far and I would have to adjust right on the spot.
Tina, can you check if the battery's off? For the battery.
这个爸爸他才是一个小孩儿，就是说这个儿子他其实真正在这里的一个大人，就是说这个爸爸呢就相当于一个5岁小孩一样，就是说你拉着他走，你拉着他走的时候呢，他可能会感觉说，哦，我要东张西望一下。
导演解释的非常清楚，就是说我这个人物是什么样子的。
In that scene I was thinking mainly about that, about getting home to my mom and not understanding why my father was not wanting to leave.
And action.
When it came time to do the shot in the river, Tony and Ethan had to hike across the river with 2 grips and sound and just finish the shot by themselves.
I can't believe he just passed the red down there. It's a lot of trust.
我觉得确实有点困难，但是到最后拿到镜头就好。
爸，快帮个忙！爸。爸，我不是跟你说过不让你干这么重的活吗？
For that scene at first I tried a few ways, thinking about the character and what he'd felt in that situation. I also tried a few takes where I was replacing my own father and thinking about him on his deathbed and how that would make me feel.
在这个场景感觉挺遗憾，很遗憾没上山看看。
感觉就是
等你就是说开始的时候，就是等你说留在。
是哦。Are you rolling? No, right? Yeah, I'm gonna tell you to roll. Yeah, so just.
And then Tony said, nobody look at Alex. So everyone was kind of just avoiding their eye contact. When he was getting really emotional, we never knew when we were rolling, so we weren't allowed to say anything, and I was just kneeling under his chair the entire time, and it was super quiet and intense and emotional.
I started hearing rain pouring outside. So I poked my head out and I saw just rain pouring down.
导演说让我们借这个机会拍一个下雨的场景。
Or maybe it was a blessing in disguise, but I think it came at the right moment.
We had the camera under an umbrella, and like we made sure not to get any drop of water, not any water, onto the camera. Like we'd rather get super wet ourselves.
So when he's close by, let's get it.
We ended up getting a really cool rain shot, which is now the poster.
Oh. That was good. We're doing good. Let's watch playback, and then I think. Cut!
It's okay. I'll protect this.
Okay, bye.
Yes, run, Alex.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yo. Nike commercial.
Yeah, that's good.
All right.
Yo.
That's 3, 2, 1. Shot him!
Yeah.
All right.
Bro.
Okay.
Just Tony and Ethan asked us to retake the shots again and again, and my arm started getting really tired because I was holding the boom mic. But at the end, the shot was really well done and worth it.
I learned that making a film not only requires a lot of hard work and preparation, but it also requires a lot of energy and motivation to work with a lot of crew members.
一起合作的时候，他们那种热情，因此我感到非常非常的感激导演 Tony 和 Ethan 他们能够给我还有我们的团队这样的机会。
感觉第一次拍戏，就感觉第一个就是挺新鲜，再一个就是感觉这个你们就是摄影行业也挺辛苦。
Working with Tony and Ethan was a blast. I think they're much more mature than I was when I was in high school, and I didn't in any way feel like a high school project. It felt like much more like an independent film, a short film, with people who cared a lot about the project, and I think that's really important, to be a part of a project that everyone cares about.
It was very cool seeing them work together and work with the actors.
感觉他俩挺有创意，挺有想法。
I thought working with a team was pretty easy. There were definitely some complications overall. Of course, there was going to be things that go wrong on set, but we handled it pretty well.
Filmmaking is something that can never be tiring because as long as you're passionate and you love it, you want to do it consistently and you never want to stop.